Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. It is a beautiful day out here in... Hey, what the... Ugh. Ah, dang it. Ugh. Okay. There we go. How's everyone doing, guys? My name's Tcodes, and welcome to my review of WandaVision. So, yeah, I'm doing the entire season in a review rather than each episode, mainly because I only started doing these vlogs during WandaVision, and I felt like going back and revisiting the first couple of episodes to review them was gonna kind of damper on the fact that the season wasn't done yet. So I felt like probably better if I just went and just watched the whole thing and just give an overall opinion of the season, or I guess series, because of the last episode. So obviously there was gonna be spoilers for the show, so don't say I didn't warn you. Okay, so I think we can all agree that when it started, we were like, what is this? I mean, those first two episodes, I was having trouble keeping my eyes on the screen because, you know, you had all the 50s, 60s sitcom jokes, satire, all those parodies and stuff, so I really was having trouble watching that because it was definitely cheesy and corny and just it was really weird to see Wanda and Vision in that kind of environment after what we've seen them in the past, which it makes sense when we want to see them in this different environment. You know, it's kind of like a what if story, but it's not. It's an actual thing going on because as we keep going and going and going, there's a lot more to this. Oh boy, was there a lot more to this. I mean, what can I really say about this show? I mean, it was really crazy. That's pretty much the word I got for this. It was crazy because the idea of Wanda creating this alternate world, really, where she basically controls everyone and she can play it out like a sitcom, is so weird. And a lot of people obviously were guessing this because she was feeling the grief and loss of Vision and everything that's happened in her life. And so really she just cracked in that moment. And we find out, yeah, that's pretty much what happened. We see, you know, and we see her in that when we see her in episode 8 where she's amongst the foundation of what was going to be of their home, Vision and Wanda's home, but then she just let everything out, and just you see all the power that she truly has, and it's kind of crazy OP. So really, it was interesting to see kind of like how Wanda intentionally at first made all this, but she just rolled with it. That was the thing, you know, that was the main thing people were following, was the fact that she was rolling with it. And really, like she kind of said at the end, she can't really convince the people to forgive her after everything she did to them, because you know they're just walking around, it's crazy. And what more can I well, let's go through each episode. Well, I like the first two episodes I'm just gonna pretty much leave out, other than the fact that there are those little hints that something isn't right, like, you know, the moment in the first episode where the boss is choking, and you just have that tense moment where it's just like, what's gonna happen? And then in the second episode, we have the moment where Wanda and Vision are outside, and they see the guy in the beekeeper suit climb out of the manhole cover, out of the sewer, and then Wanda's like, no, and then all of a sudden you just have it rewind back to the scene, and it's like, creepy. So, And then, of course, episode 3 is where we take it a step further with the fact that, well, one, Wanda's kids are born, Billy and Tommy, and then the fact that Monica is there and she gets tossed out. Very interesting. Episode 4, dang, episode 4 really kind of showed what would happen with the snap. It's like, I mean, I know a lot of people are like, well, what if people were on a plane? What if people were driving? What if people were, you know, in a populated area? What if people are on a boat? It's like, I think at least Banner, Bruce, when he snapped everyone back, I imagine he's like safely back. I mean, it's like, safely means like, who knows? Who knows? I mean, so, yeah, it's weird to see. I mean, it makes sense that Monica Rambeau is the age she is because King Captain Marvel, it was in the 90s, so it makes sense that if this is 2023, you know, time goes by. So, and it's interesting to see how, well, one, her mother died from cancer by the sounds of it, and by what was implemented, not cancer, probably came from somewhere up in outer space. So, you know, because every time Captain Marvel's brought up Monica, she just gives that look of like, yeah. So there's that, and the fact that she has to go in and then Woo, or yeah, is it Woo? Ah, fudge. I completely forgot his name, but I honestly thought he was funny. I mean, the dude from Ant-Man and the Wasp, I liked him in this. I liked him in this show too. I mean, I thought he was funny in Ant-Man and the Wasp. I didn't take him that seriously though, because I'm like, oh, okay, he's the agent that has to keep an eye on Scott in case that big thing goes wrong, and of course things go wrong, and he's not there to see it, but then he tries to catch him in the act, and he doesn't. So, woohoo! But I thought he was good in this. Darcy comes back. I didn't hate her in the Thor movies. I can see why some people didn't like her because she was like that character is always pointing something out or trying to make a joke out of something, and yeah, but it's just, you know, there's some people who try to do that. I mean, heck, I try to crack a joke every day, and usually just it's like, yeah, that wasn't it. That's either that was a little funny or okay, that wasn't funny at all. But but I thought everyone that they brought back was good. I did not like the director of Sword. They were really building him up as he was gonna be like this big bad or something, and I thought they were gonna because of just how, like, okay, well, in this episode he's acting like this, in this episode he's kind of building more on that, in this episode he like is trying to apprehend Wanda, and it's like, at first it's like, well, Wanda broke into the sword facility, stole Vision's body, brought him here, and resurrected him somehow, and it's like, okay, yeah, that's a good reason why to go after her, but then it's revealed that she never stole Vision, she left him there and created her own vision. So all of a sudden, it's like, so this guy was planning the whole thing because the way he was talking to her when she was there to see Vision was very sinister, really. You know, it's like, it seemed like he was really pushing her to try and actually snap and take Vision, but she didn't. So of course he kind of rustle up the story and is like, okay, well, and then he of course in the finale he's like with White Vision. That was so creepy to see. Though it's an all white Vision and just like, especially with the eyes, like it wasn't like the normal blue eyes that Vision had. It was like these robotic like eyes, and it was yeah, there was a lot in this series. So yeah, but I didn't like the director, especially in the last episode, because the way he just seemingly is like sidelined. Because I mean, he shows up, but and he tries to kill the boys. He tries to kill Monica, but he fails. And then he tries to get away, and then Darcy stops him, and then it's like, all right, we got him. It's like, really, that was it? that was it for this guy. It's like, really? So yeah, I just toss him into the another worthless Marvel villain pile. I mean, recently it hasn't been piling up, but let's hope it doesn't start piling up again. Um, Agatha, ooh, it was Agatha all along. I can't believe how much fire that song got. Like how much, just like I see that everywhere on the internet. It's like, and of course the meme too. It was like it was this all along. Yeah, yeah. So it's stupid, but it's just how it is. So in terms of her, I mean, in the first few episodes, you know, you can tell that she's like, yeah, something's off about her, something sinister about her, and a lot of people are like, oh, maybe that's just a cheeky joke, or you know, they're gonna actually. It's weird because if you read the comics, you know it's coming. You expect something like that to come, but you kind of are hoping that something different is gonna happen. Like this was when I saw Spider-Man Far From Home the first time, I was, you know, based off of the fact that I knew Mysterio from the comics and like the shows and and previous Spider-Man entertainment, I was like, okay, they're not gonna go on the fact that Mysterio is an illusionist, right? Maybe it's like maybe the way he fights them is actual illusions, but the monsters are real, or something like that, or maybe he becomes a villain somehow. But it's like, nope, he created them. They're all visions, illusions. Yeah, he's a fraud. Yeah. Again, it's like the fact that if you run a comic, if you know Marvel going into these, the twist is there. You know the twist, but you're hoping it's not gonna be that simple. But kind of like with Vision, kind of like with Mysterio, that's kind of pretty obvious. It was an obvious twist here. Agnes is Agatha Harkness. She's a witch, and she wants Wanda's power. So yeah, that was. I mean, don't get me wrong. I wasn't mad. I was still kind of shocked. Like, oh wow, they're actually. Ooh, what's she gonna do? And yeah, she wanted her power, and she almost got it. She almost got it if she just kept her mouth shut. That's like, if villains just keep their mouths shut, they win. I mean, for crying out loud. All that, is it so hard to just simply shut your mouth when you have someone? I mean, yeah, I get it, you have the upper hand, but you have no idea what you can say that can bite you in the butt later. And yeah, so I thought she was a good villain. I was a little, yeah, I was like a little with the way with some of the battling, but I liked a few moments of it, like when Wanda shows her nightmare, and at first it seems like she's got her, but then Agatha flips the script and gets the nightmare onto Wanda, and it's like, oh, that's not how you want to do that. So I thought that was cool. I thought the White Vision versus Wanda's Vision. I'm not gonna. Yeah, Wanda's Vision. I thought that was a cool fight slash conversation. I love the part where they're in the library and they're just like they're battling, but then all of a sudden it's like the White Vision's like I've been ordered to take down the real Vision, and then Vision's like, but I'm not but Wanda's Vision's like, I'm not the real Vision. Wait, so who's the real Vision? Wait, okay, you want to talk about this? Yeah, let's talk about it. This is, I mean, it's like, you're a sentient robot, I'm a sentient robot, you want to talk? That's basically what I got from that. I just love that. I literally had to pause and just like, because it's not myself laughing at it, or how anticlimactic that was. Yeah, so the illusions not the illusions, the reality that Wanda created was creative and creepy because, you know, everyone was having their minds controlled, and just the way that she kind of was the villain at first. I mean, like Monica said, don't make him let you don't make him make you the villain. And Wanda's like, well, maybe I already am. And it's like, yeah, she did this. She started all this. So yeah, technically speaking, she is kind of the villain in this. Um, but the fact that she, it's understandable as to why she did it, but at the same time, it's like you still did something you can't really take back, and it's like, yeah. So understandable, but not justifiable, not fully justifiable. So, but yeah, with these episodes, the way they did them, and the I'll find apparently I don't know if it was I don't know if they wanted to tease the possibility of X-Men or they just wanted to make a freaking joke out of that. But just having the actor Quicksilver from the X-Men movies in this show, and then you find out, oh, it's actually this actual teen that lives up in someone's attic named Ralph. That was pretty freaking stupid. I mean, I get it because the way he acted, the way he was interacting with everyone, it definitely seemed like a teen a teen who lived upstairs kind of thing, or in the teen who lives in a mom's basement, which isn't too far off from the Quicksilver in the X-Men movies. Now that I think about it, but still, I mean. I mean, if they ever do bring Quicksilver back, I really would prefer the X-Men one because not that I'm saying that the one from Age of Ultron was bad, I just liked his power. I liked his power in X-Men because you got to admit those scenes where he's literally running around and everything's frozen in time practically, and he's just messing with stuff. Those are pretty awesome moments, and those are easily my favorite moments in those movies, except for Dark Phoenix, because Dark Phoenix. Okay, I'm not going to talk about Dark Phoenix. Let's just keep moving with this. So, the idea that WandaVision is, it kind of started off as this little joke, but then by the time we got to the finale, we saw that there was a lot more, and the way they kind of leave it too, it's like, because she flies off on her own, and I'm guessing she's on the run now because of everything she did. And I was kind of wondering, she's gonna learn about the legend of the Scarlet Witch, or yes, like the myth, or whatever Agatha said. And it's like, the fact of the matter is she's the Scarlet Witch, and so she has the power of chaos magic and is destined to destroy the world. I mean, in the show, we don't know if she'll destroy the world, but in the comics, we definitely seen her do it. So I like the fact that it's like she doesn't know what that is. I mean, it makes sense that she wouldn't know what that is. So, we had the end credit scene of her reading the book of the Dam. I think that's what it's called. I mean, hopefully that's what it's called. She's reading through it, but I have a feeling in a certain Doctor Strange movie coming up that has her in it. She's gonna come in and talk about her. Then the Doctor Strange's like, "Hey, do you know the Scarlet Witch is supposed to be? Because this witch told me that I'm powerful enough to overthrow you." Like, the second she said, "You're more powerful than the Sorcerer Supreme," I'm like, oh, she's gonna battle Doctor Strange? That would be a freaking amazing fight. Because I get to see Benedict Cumberbatch is like, oh, you gotta be kidding me. But yeah, we don't know. Oh, what else? My God, what else I have to talk about? Oh yeah, Billy and Tommy. A nice little tease on what could possibly come. I mean, we kind of figured with how Vision tried to escape the first time that we saw, his body, parts of his body being sucked back in, that he wasn't gonna last. So we had to assume that the boys weren't gonna last either, and that's pretty much what happened. The boys didn't survive, and I thought for the amount of screen time they were given, I thought they were pretty cool. I wanted to see more of them. That was pretty much how we left it. I wanted to see more of them. I wanted to see if they got to become older, because apparently they could just do that. They could go from infants to 5-year-olds to 10-year-olds and like that. But I liked how they pretty much had the same powers as Wanda and Pietro, with the speed and the illusion and the magic kind of stuff. I mean, that's in the comics, and again, it's a nice little tease of what he could have been. But I mean, if they ever do come back, and maybe from an alternate reality, or just Wanda somehow conjures them from just whatever she can get her hands on, the bone, maybe just because I mean, with Monica, the way that she got sucked in, got tossed out, and then got sucked in again, and then went in again, and then the third when she went through the third time, that's when she got her powers. And by the looks of her powers, she's able to detect electromagnetic pulse, or not a pulse, like she's able to see electricity and radiation, and she is able to apparently absorb. She can phase. She has like Vision's phasing powers a bit, because we see that moment where she takes a couple of bullets, but then her body becomes a little transparent, or transparent, and then we just see the bullet slowly moving through, and when it comes out the other side, it just plops down on the ground. That's a cool trick. Also, we saw her get tossed up in the air, and then she did a superhero landing. She was able to handle Quicksilver Ralph, and then I don't know if she used her powers to figure out how Agatha was controlling him. Because it's just like, Agatha's got to be controlling you somehow. She sees the necklace sees the necklace, rips it off, and it's like, oh, okay, you're good. But yeah, and then the finale itself, or actually, let's talk about Wanda's backstory. I mean, we knew from Age of Ultron that she had a beef with Stark, because during the attack, when she was a kid, during an attack, there was a Stark bomb that came in and killed her parents. But then the second Stark bomb dropped, and they saw that it was just sitting there, and you heard the beeping sounds, and it's just like, that was creepy. That was creepy. And just the way it was shot in this one, in episode 8, was really kind of, definitely felt that tension. And then obviously her connection with the Mind Stone. It was, so originally we thought the Mind Stone gave them their powers, but it turns out Wanda already had her powers, but they just weren't full strength or even able to. So it's kind of like hinting at the fact that this could be a possible mutant, because in the world of X-Men, mutants don't really discover their powers until they're in their teens. And so obviously Wanda was a kid when the attack happened, and then I'm guessing she was somewhere in her teens when she interacted with the Mind Stone, which unleashed her powers, and she saw the vision of the Scarlet Witch in that as well. And then we get to see more and more of her with Vision, and then we obviously saw what happened at the Sword facility with the director. I don't even remember his name. That's how meaningless he became to me. I'm just like, director of Sword, that guy. And so, yeah, so the fact that I like the way how, because up to this point we haven't called her the Scarlet Witch yet. Like, they're like, does she have a superhero name? Nope. Nothing. No nickname. Nothing. Nope. So I like how Scarlet Witch was kind of tied in there with like this legend, this myth amongst witches and stuff. Man, magic is magic is just my thing right now, isn't it? With Owl House and freaking now this, and then this Witches Among Humans thing that Mooring Mark has created for the Okay, I'm gonna stop with that right now. So there's that, but the finale, I thought it was a little choppy here and there, but overall, I thought it was a really fun finale. Just seeing the battles going on, like Vision versus Wanda's Vision versus White Vision was a cool fight, and like I said, the conversation that they had about which one of them was the actual Vision, because the White Vision is like, well, I'm the body, and then the WandaVision is like, well, I'm the mind, technically. because I was created by Wanda from everything that she remembered about me, and just like, so it's like, well, so who's the real Vision? But then Vision is able to give White Vision his memories back, and I wasn't 100% sure how I liked him just flying off, and it's like kind of leaving it a mystery as where he was gonna go. I thought he was gonna find Wanda. I thought he was gonna go to Wanda and like both Visions would be there, but he just left. So, oh, it just got me wondering if going through the barrier alternates the thing that goes through it. How did White Vision get through? I mean, I don't think. I mean, wait, was the barrier not high enough? Was the barrier at a certain height and you can just fly over it? Because then, if that's the case, why didn't they just send the drones higher over it? Or wait. Oh no, wait, because they were in the timeline. Because it was the time that they were in was the actual timeline. Then Vision. Okay, I was so confused when White Vision got through, and I'm like, wait a minute, he's fine. Okay. So that was a cool fight. Wanda's fight against Agatha was very interesting because, like I said, Agatha. Everything that Wanda threw at Agatha, she just literally absorbed the magic out of it. So it seemed like every time Wanda attacked, Agatha would just get stronger. And like I said, she tried to do the nightmare trick, but it didn't work. And Agatha was practically toying with her. But then you had that, I'm gonna say it, an epic battle in the sky, like with the clouds, the red clouds with the red lightning, and well, there was no red lightning. There was the red thunder, and you just hear all the different sound effects, and then you just see Wanda trying to hit Agatha, but then you also see her hitting the wall, and just like like she hits the wall once, and they're like, oh, she probably missed, but then she hits the wall again, and then she tries to hit Agatha, but then she hits the wall again, and you're like, okay, something's going on here. What's she doing? And I love the fact that she, like, because Agatha is like, you don't know Jack. It's like, you have all this power, but you don't know Jack about witches. And I love the fact that Wanda used the ruins because when she went into Agatha's house and discovered that Agatha was the witch, she was in this little chamber, and there were these two ruins. And Agatha was like, only the witch that casts the ruins can use her magic. And like I said it before, if you just kept your stinking mouth shut, you could have won. And so, because that's what Wanda does. She uses her magic to create the ruins on the barriers, so that way it surrounds the entire town, thus making Agatha powerless. And just the way it was so cool. And then of course I love Wanda just like, thanks for the lesson. It's like, yeah, stupid. And of course so Wanda takes her powers back, and maybe even then some from Agatha, who knows. Agatha is defeated, and I mean, I think it's a fate worse than death, in my opinion, because Agatha's like, okay, so what are you gonna do? Lock me up? And Wanda's like, nah, I'm gonna keep you here. And then she turns her into Agnes, and it's like, ha. And then, before that, Agatha's like, well, you're gonna need me, and then Wanda's like, well, then I know where to find you. I don't like that. I don't. We knew Wanda is like, if you got on our bad side, you were pretty much screwed. So, but overall, it was a crazy good, fun show, I guess. So, man, I've been talking for a while. So, overall, I really loved the show for what it presented. Like I said, at first I was a little iffy on it, but as the show kept going and going, I started really liking it, and can't wait to see where we go from here. Obviously, we have Falcon and Winter Soldier in 2 weeks. Yeah, we have 2 weeks until Falcon and Winter Soldier. Then we have Loki, and then we have all the Marvel movies coming back, and yeah, it looks like Phase 4 is getting off to a good start with this, so hopefully that was not too long for you guys, and if it was, sorry. Just really got off on a rant there. So thank you all for watching, and hope to see you in the next one.